Imagine working just as hard as your male colleagues, if not harder, but still constantly being overlooked for promotions. This is a reality of many working women in Sri Lanka. Did you know that women make up to 52% of Sri Lanka's population? Yet their presence in leadership remains very shockingly low. Despite high literacy rates and increasing workforce participation, women are still missing from boardrooms and senior positions. So the question is, are Sri Lankan workplaces truly inclusive, or is the glass ceiling still very firmly in place? In today's video, we are going to explore why women in Sri Lanka struggle to reach leadership roles and what's being done to change this, and how we can play a part in creating a much more inclusive future. So let's start with some facts. Women make up to more than half of Sri Lanka's population, but when we look at the leadership roles, the numbers show a totally different story. Less than 10% of boardroom seats are held by women. In many industries, leadership opportunities for women are extremely limited. But why do you think so? The barriers aren't simply because of the lack of talent, lack of education, or even ambition. It's the system that holds them back. In Sri Lankan society, traditional gender roles still dominate. Women are often expected to prioritize their family over their career. And when they do pursue leadership, they are judged at a very different level than men. Research shows that women in leadership are much more likely to be described as bossy rather than assertive. They face high expectations, and when they do speak up, they are more likely to be criticized. And what I found shocking was that Sri Lanka still has laws that limit women's working hours in certain industries like IT and hospitality. This means that women miss out on high-paying, high-career growth opportunities. But despite all of this that's happening around us, despite these challenges, change is happening. Meet Kasturi Chellaraja Wilson, the first female CEO of Hemas Holdings. She is proof that Sri Lankan women can break barriers and lead at the highest level. In 2021, Sri Lanka introduced the Women Friendly Workplace Award, celebrating organizations that support and empower female employees. And here's something incredible. I'm pretty sure you all must have heard about it by now. Sri Lanka's first ever resort that's entirely run and operated by women. Now, that is not just a hotel, that is a movement. These stories prove one thing. It's that change is possible. Change is happening right in front of our eyes. So what can we do to make our workplaces truly a lot more inclusive? Firstly, we need to hold mentorship programs to guide young women toward leadership roles and break this cycle of exclusion. Workplaces need to be much more adapted to the realities of working women, especially working mothers. Flexibility is key. And unconscious bias is real. That is a real thing. Companies must train leaders to recognize and eliminate these biases in hiring and promotions. Achieving gender equality in leadership is not just a women's issue. It's a societal issue. When workplaces are diverse and inclusive, every single person benefits from it. And now, I want to hear from you. What do you think is the biggest barrier for women in leadership? Drop a comment below and I'd love to carry out this conversation with you. So this was the very first episode of Talk HR with Jasmine.